What up, people? What up, people? You dig? Right, so we should have Sam and Lawrence coming on again for this live chat. If anybody would like to participate, would like to comment on the actual YouTube, there's like an actual public comment section on YouTube, on my vlog channel. If anyone wants to come along and participate, you can do if you so wish. Yeah. So let's see if I can get Sam and Lawrence on here. Let's go. 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 Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Boom. Boombastic, really fantastic. So, boy. Well, now we play the waiting game. All right. So then, people, while we wait for Lawrence and Sam to come along, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing very, very well. I'm happy that I'm not on another night shift. I'm very happy about that, indeed. Very happy, indeed. I've not had that much sleep since I finished last. Yeah, not had that much sleep. So I finished at 6 o'clock this morning. 6 o'clock this morning. Got home. Stayed up till about 8:30, 9 o'clock, because I can't just go straight to sleep.
Oh. Hello.
Hey, we've got somebody. What we got?
It's me.
Hey, Lawrence.
Hey, all right, John. Oh, like your cat.
Thanks. Just waiting on Sam boy. See, I've sent him the link and everything. So
yeah.
How are you then, bud?
I'm good. Yes. How have you been?
Not bad, not bad. Just like I was mentioning before you came on, I just said that just happy to not have another night shift.
Must be tiring, mustn't it?
Yeah, it can be, especially when you've got on back to back. I mean, I had 2 last week, which weren't too bad, and then I've had 3 this week as well. So I've had 5 in total.
How many hours do you do on your night shifts?
It's 8 hours, 8-hour shifts.
You get a break, I assume.
Oh yeah, we get 2 breaks in that time period, so it's not too bad that, but it's just it's with me being a day colleague and then having to adjust to the whole nights thing, and then having them constantly, because like I say, I mean, my working week is only around about 30 hours a week. So with doing what I did this past week, I've kind of way gone over that. I'm like maybe about 30 odd, maybe about 35 hours nearly this week.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, it's all good. I mean, it's I need the money, hence why I'm, that's hence why I said yes to doing it. But I mean, I could possibly have another couple next week as well, because the woman.
It'll pay well though, won't it?
Yeah, well, it's night rate, so you get out. I think we get paid an extra. I think nights get about nearly £1 or two more an hour than what I'm on a day rate. So yeah, so it's not too bad. I mean, some people were like, it's only £2 though, but it's better than nothing. You know what I mean?
Because if you do 8 hours, that's 16 quid extra.
Yeah, well, yeah. So it adds up. So what you've been doing?
Sorry? I'm good. Yeah, is it just Sam that's meant to be coming on with us?
Up to now, I did mention Tony. I asked Tony if he wants to come on again, but he said he's babysitting tonight apparently. So it's just going to be me, you, and Sam, unless anybody would like to come on as well. They're welcome.
With you, me, and Carl, haven't you? Maybe he'll get the link. I don't know.
Well, yeah, if he wants to come on again, why not?
Yeah.
So, what have you been doing with your day?
Saw my friend James this morning, and we just went into town and got a little something to eat. I had a look in the British Heart Foundation charity shop, which is where I got that pinkie pie from.
Cool, yeah.
Then we went home, watched a bit of stuff. Then he went home, and then I just got some rest. And then went up to my mum's for dinner. And now I'm back home.
Cool.
I may possibly nip out a bit later tonight and have one beer down the pub.
Why not? It's a Saturday night.
Yeah. What about you? Do you like to go out on a Saturday night when you can?
Yeah, if I can do. I like to partake in a few beers now and again when I can afford to.
Going out tonight or?
No, not tonight. I mean, yeah, I can't really be bothered now. But I might maybe nip down in a couple of minutes and get a few cans from the kitchen.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's keeping Sam boy, unless he's having his tea then coming on. I don't know. He's usually on the ball with these live feeds. He's usually right there on his computer.
Usually the first one in.
Oh, he is. I wonder what his reaction will be of my cap.
Oh, Sam's here.
Here he is, this Sam boy.
Guys.
You alright?
For some reason, it still states that I don't know who either of you two are, and am I sure that I want to join the chat? I know who you both are. I've known John for 20 bloody years. According to Google Hangouts, I do not know who either of you are, and you're not in my circle. You are in my bloody circle. You've been in my circle for quite a while, hence why I can join the chat. If I couldn't join the chat, then I wouldn't be in the circle now, would I?
It's the circle of life.
What's that me thinking to myself, my God, that guy called John looks like a paedophile.
Oh, thanks. I do with this cap on.
Oh yeah, you both look very good with that cap on.
I look like,
around the park with wearing that cap.
I look like sorry, Lawrence, Sean.
Yeah, it does look good. What merchandise is it? Something Japanese?
It's that series called JoJo something anime series. I forgot the name of it now. I got it from Loot Crate. It was in a Loot Crate box.
I haven't collected the Loot Crates before, so
yeah, I mean the anime ones are really pretty good value actually. This was out of the anime one. I got some pretty cool stuff from it. There's a couple that were a bit crap.
Normally you get a manga in them, don't you? You get a manga, some posters, some art.
Yeah, I've had a couple of pretty cool. I've had about 3, I think, volume 1s of different mangas, like knickknacks, like keychains and things like that. I've also had anybody aware? I know Sam's aware of this, but do you know, Lawrence, about Vocaloid?
I have heard of it. Yes.
Yeah, Hayahi Suzumiya or whatever her name is. One of the Vocaloid things. I don't know. No, Haruhi Suzumiya is an anime. Don't know where I got that from. But anyway, but yeah, there's a Vocaloid singer that's pretty popular with anime fans, and I've forgotten the name of it. You should know her name, Sam.
The Vocaloid.
Yeah, the one with the blue hair.
I can't think of the name, mate. It's been a while since I've.
Well, anyway, so basically, the one with the blue hair apparently I got like a. It's a towel type thing, but it's real thin. But it's like there's like an art piece you can kind of put on your back of your door or something, which is pretty cool. Yeah, you get some pretty cool stuff in Loot Crate. I mean, I think the best ones I had were definitely the anime one and the. I did about 3 different versions, but there was at least 2 that I thought was pretty good value. I do recommend them, but apparently there's other versions.
Or just
No, you don't get DVDs in them unless you get the more expensive, grander boxes, because you can get like what you call mega loot crates. You might maybe get something like a DVD in that, maybe, I don't know, but it's usually clothes. You also get T-shirts and that in all of them as well.
It's not Lumi.
Sorry?
Lumi.
No, not Lumi.
Because you can actually buy the software from Japan and create your own music and songs, and then it comes with the software to generate the Vocaloid.
Yeah.
It's basically obviously online stuff. It's bloody expensive though, but you can actually get the software from Japan and do your own Vocaloid stuff. But yeah, I can't remember. I heard, didn't they turn it into an anime? I'm pretty sure there's an anime that's based off of Vocaloid.
Yeah, there is. I forgot what they call it now.
It would really help to market
years ago.
I found it. Hatsune Miku.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it. Hatsune Miku.
Went to that Casper's today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you ever want to go, mate, I advise.
Casper, the friendly ghost, the friendliest ghost you know.
The high times, because you can be waiting about half an hour to get seated. It's a damn busy place, but
I'd have walked away. I'm a Yorkshireman. I don't wait in queues. I do not wait in queues. I will go.
A rather nice, a waffle.
Yeah, I like to waffle on, so why not?
Oh, I like waffles.
Chocolate sauce and all that was really nice.
You get the best waffles when you go to Brussels in Belgium.
And I had a rather nice cream soda.
Ironically, right, there's something you can't get in Brussels. Brussels sprouts. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't like them.
They don't originate from Brussels.
But if they share the same name, it makes sense.
You don't ever go to Brussels and say to somebody, "Where do I buy your locally sourced sprouts, my good man?"
No, what you get? No, all Brussels has got to offer is that stupid Donald Tusk.
Bloody hell. The fact that when I think back, the fact we went on a trip to Brussels, which is nothing more than easily a 24-hour bus ride, and you're actually in Brussels for less than 5 or 6 hours. Then you go up.
True.
Wasted trip. I mean, it was a good trip. I mean, you got to say some pretty good stuff, but largely you just, you're on the bus. I never understood why the hell you go all the way to Dover when you could actually go to you could actually get the ferry from Hull.
Yeah.
And
I always normally take the Eurostar from St Pancras.
Yeah. It's the thing I never got. The schools drive all the way to Dover. You effectively sat on a coach for a good 7-8 hours easily. You could just go to the nearest port, which is literally practically down the road from Hessel, and it's in Hull. You can go from Hull to bloody France in less than an hour and a half, 2 hours. You'd have a hell of a lot longer. I don't know why you go all the way to Dover. It feels like a waste of time, really.
Yeah, well, I don't know. So,
look, guys, my apologies that within the last 24 hours, all I've been writing about is upcoming of World War III. I appreciate that the likelihood of that is possibly small, but I'm literally pissed off at the fact that, well, you know, once again we decided to irritate beyond belief.
Sorry, there's a bit of interference on the mic there. Sorry about that. What was that?
I'll shut up now.
I'm only joking. No, feel free to talk about whatever you want to talk about. I know what's going on. I mean, I saw the news. I got home at 6 o'clock this morning, and actually, the security guard that was on with me last night, he went for his break at about 4 o'clock in the morning, and he came back saying, he said the US had just striked Syria with a missile or whatever, and then I found out the full story when I got home about 6 o'clock this morning, and I was like, oh, I can only imagine Sam's reaction to this.
Just terrible, isn't it, that they'll do this kind of thing?
It is terrible.
It's rather hypocritical of them, because what's happening is Assad, well, it's not even been proven if this chemical attack happened, but what's happened basically is Assad apparently attacked a civilian population with chemical weapons. So America, France, and Britain have said, you can't do that. So they basically attacked Syria's capital city. How the hell does that even make any sense?
It's politics. It don't make any sense most of the time anyway.
But from what I've actually heard, most of the missiles that were shot at Syria got intercepted anyway. That Syria defences, apparently only about three missiles got through.
Yeah, they sent about 100 in total, didn't they?
Yeah, I didn't send that many. I think they sent about 24. But you are aware that the UK, France, and America are now going to have one hell of a shitstorm from the United Nations. Because Russia's a member of the United Nations, and they've basically gone to the UN to officially, effectively take the US, France, and America to the United Nations courts, if you will. The scary thing is they could easily have turned around and said, right, that's an act of aggression because they're our ally, and before we know it, we've got bloody World War III. Could easily have happened.
It could have had, but the problem is... Yeah, you could have had, but the problem is with this, what I was watching earlier, and I know you can only take so much what the BBC are bringing forth to us, because, the BBC are pretty famous for putting a lot of emphasis on stuff that don't need to be said too much. But when it comes to this, what I heard is apparently the missiles were pretty well focused on specific targets, and it wasn't no what they call what they was talking about anything Russian, anything nothing that was significant to Russia was actually destroyed, or no Russian personnel were killed. So with that, I think it's a little bit safe with that side of it, because if they had killed any Russians or anything like that, if any Russian
all out, that would have been a full act of war.
Yeah, it would have been. But basically what happened is, the whole diplomatic side of things. I think that they have tried to sort the whole thing with Al-Assad out.
Yeah, but it's not our business. It's not America's business. It's not France. It's not the UK's. Our rights. The United Nations should be getting involved because they're bloody peacekeepers. It's their job to end conflicts. That's why they were set up.
Yeah,
they were set up just before the Second World War ended. They were set up to prevent conflict. Have they prevented conflict? No, they fucking have.
You know what people's egos are like,
Well, yeah,
to be honest, look, what this is just like basically. If do you follow George by any chance, Lawrence? Exaggerated Elegy.
No, I don't follow it. No.
No, basically, he goes to TF Nation. He's a real good guy, and apparently when I got home about 6:30 this morning. He had posted something on his Facebook, and he pretty much said this is just what did he say? I'm trying to remember what he said now. He basically said this is just like Iraq all over again.
Yeah, that's basically what it's what a lot of people are saying. That it's just Iraq, it's like Iraq 2.0. Because
given how the world economy is completely effed up at the moment, if we have another war, it could finish us off completely, couldn't it?
Well, somebody put a really good post on Facebook. I can't remember who it was, but I read it this morning. I was just scrolling through Facebook, and someone pointed out, I think they were from the UK, and he basically said the UK government says that it doesn't have the money to help fund houses for the homeless, doesn't have the money to fund the NHS, but it has the money to launch missiles at another country.
Yeah, I know. Just create a load more.
Because bloody hell, war's expensive. I mean,
it is. Yeah, you know.
On average, I think it costs something like about £2 million to fuel and arm a standard RAF jet fighter. That's one jet fighter. 2 million to fuel it and arm it. And then you're looking at about another £500,000 to train the pilot. So 2.5 million effectively. You know, but we don't have however much we need to pump into the NHS. But we can spend who knows how many millions to shoot stuff at Syria. But let's not talk about this, guys. Yeah, let's talk about something else that's not
let's move on.
You're going to get me mad because I just don't want to talk about it. Can we just talk about it? Like, we talk about ponies, you know.
Let's talk ponies.
Let's talk about MLP because I like talking about MLP.
Well, yeah, we can talk about that. I mean, we haven't. I haven't watched the latest episode yet of season 8. I need to watch it.
It'll be out in a couple. It'll be out probably by about 2 in the morning. It tends to get. It'll be out in Canada now and America now, but we'll get it. It'll probably show up on Daily Motion in the next 6 hours.
Right. Well, just to let you two know, Lawrence and Sam, I've uploaded my thoughts on episode 4, literally about an hour ago.
God, for a minute there, I thought you were going to say, to let you all know, I'm leaving the Brody fan base.
Yeah, fuck yourselves. Thank you.
Why are you doing that?
Sorry?
Why do you want to leave the Brony fan base, Sam?
I don't really want to leave them. Yes, I'm just going to throw away all my MLP stuff. Bye.
I will have it then.
You know, I'll totally get rid of that amazing Tempest that John got me, which is so beautiful.
I will have past sins. You will give me past sins.
Oh, that reminds me, Lawrence.
Yeah? Oh, past sins.
That is the greatest bit of My Little Pony fan fiction ever written. And if you ever get the chance to get the physical copy of the book, buy it because it's so rare.
I am your son. And you will give John, your best friend ever, your copy of Past Sins. And in return, you will give him £1,000 as well. Just send it to afriendinneed.co.uk. So let's talk ponies. So Lawrence, have you been watching anything else since?
No. I need to get right tomorrow. I definitely will be watching some more.
Speaking of ponies, Lawrence, I highly recommend Littlest Pet Shop. It's by the same people who do MLP.
Yeah, and the music's done by Daniel Ingham as well.
It's finished now, though, hasn't it? It finished after season 4, which still has not shown up on Netflix.
Thing is, what's interesting about LPS is apparently I think Hasbro are trying to reboot it because if you look at Hasbro's official page, they're producing short animated little fragments, and all the characters are completely redesigned.
Oh, interesting.
I've no idea if it has anything, unless they're considering bringing out a rebooted series in LPS. Because
I'm not too sure what really is going on with that. Because I mean, there were 4 seasons, and after that, it just kind of went quiet, and there hasn't been any word on what's happening with the franchise.
Yeah. I thought I was hearing voices, but then my dad's just turned the TV on in the bedroom. I am haunted by my conscience.
I bet it's screaming at you. It knows what your internet history looks like.
It's a big biohazard sign right all over it.
So, Lawrence, what have you been up to today?
Not much. I saw my friend James this morning, and we just went into town together, and then he went home after we had something to eat, and then I just continued watching a bit of stuff on YouTube, and then got some rest, then went to my mum's for dinner.
Fair enough.
I still didn't get that cup of tea, by the way.
There's been I mean, I am looking forward to the later parts of season 8 for MLP, because there's been a lot of interesting rumours about certain things that are meant to happen. I mean, I know there's going to be a rather large arc for Spike.
Oh, nice cat.
And John's torturing cats. It's not even your cat, is it?
What's his name?
Off the street. That cat. She's never happy. Poor cat.
I've got new scratches.
It's not his cat, Lawrence. He actually stole it. He steals cats. He's got a serious mental disorder, John has. Every time he sees a cat, he brings it home and he won't let it leave, and he gets really pissed off at him. But it's scratched. Off. He's got scars on his arms to prove it. It's like literally a scratch city on his arm.
Yeah. My family has a cat that's very standoffish. So.
Yeah. My cousin does. My cousin lives down the street from us, actually. They've got one called Fudge. It's a nice cat, but it's it's always on the prowl. Always.
Yeah. Fudgy the cat. Yeah, John, you could easily do these bloody video calls downstairs, mate, on your laptop. Just plug a camera into it and away you go.
True, but I'm still a fan of you.
Fair enough. So, in regards to MLP, I am curious about what the next film will be. There's already been a few rumours knocking about.
They will kill off all the characters, and Rainbow Dash will be the survivor.
Yeah. If it's going to be the end of the Friendship is Magic franchise and a reboot, or it could be the beginning of the next reboot, I don't know. But
Princess Luna will be killed first. Celestia will be killed second. And Cadence will be tortured by Pinky Mina, whatever you want to call her. Yes. Oh, by the way, there's actually a new animation that I found on Instagram, of all places. And it's have you heard of Cupcakes, Lawrence?
I have, yes.
A horror comic thing.
Yes.
Have you read it?
No, I've not read it, but I've heard about it.
Right, okay.
I collect a lot of comics, but I don't read them a lot. So
that's all right. No, basically, somebody did a kind of a timid version, basically like a AMV, but it was fully animated. And I'll try and find it and play it for you.
Is it on YouTube? I might have seen that. There is one on YouTube which is pretty graphic, but it only covers technically the first half of the original story. That is the most notorious dark, creepy story that there is for MLP.
It's a creepypasta story. That's what it is.
Oh no, and we've lost Lawrence, mate.
Have we?
Yeah. Just you and me. Oh. Lawrence has disappeared.
Maybe he's accidentally come off by accident, or his signal's
I've got my camera, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. I haven't got it with me. Let me just throw a link across just so you can see what camera I've got.
Can you send him a link again and see whereabouts he is?
Yeah, I think we may have lost him, but he should be. Let's link him again, yeah.
Cool. He might be his signal strength just dropped. Yeah, because me and him tried to do it on Facebook earlier, and it kept dropping out. So.
No, that's not the one.
Right, let me try and find this thing that I was talking about. What's it called?
We'll find it. We'll find it. Where on earth are you? Here it is. This is the one I've got. Just throw a message up.
Oh, yeah, yeah. 18.2 megapixel, 20 times optical zoom. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Have you had a chance to play around with it yet?
I've had to set it all up, but I'm going to I'll go with it later on, probably tomorrow. Just trying to get it set up. Well, it's all set up.
I'm back again.
Hey!
I've got to send you a link there, bud.
Do you know what happened there?
No?
Do you know what happened? My browser shut down
What
for some
happened?
reason. Did you guys go offline as well, or?
No, it was still going live. I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I think if you press the red phone or anything like that, you just disable yourself, which is good. Because I once did that on Skype. Funny story. There was like, I think me, Matt Clark.
I pressed it by accident. I must have.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's yeah, basically I remember on Skype once. It was like, I think me, Tammy, and a few other people from TFN. This was years ago now. This is actually when people actually spoke to me on this Skype. It's been so many. So yeah, so I did that, and I was talking to a few people, and I decided to say, right, okay, I'm finished now. I'm gonna head off. And with me not being very familiar, I accidentally ended the entire call, and then I ended up ending the whole thing, and then they had to redo it from scratch. And then I went back on again, and I thought just logged back on again, and then the next minute I got this comment saying, "Oh, how rude was that? How rude!" You just sit straight away like, what? I'm not being rude. I just accidentally came off it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's all good. I don't do Skype these days. It's just, I think it's a dying thing. It's only kind of corporate people that use it now, I think. Well, anyway, Sam, yeah, that camera you've got there, mate, looks a decent-ish one. I mean, it's a cyber shot, so you shouldn't have too much problem with it. I mean, I think mine's an 18.2 as well. 20.
Well, I had a bit of play around with it last night. Bloody hell, night pictures. Wow, really good.
Yeah, mine's got good good nighttime on it as well.
I really need to go out and maybe tomorrow and sort of play around with it and just see what it's like.
No, it's shooting homemade porn, Sam.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, that completely forgot, but all right, fair enough. Might be tomorrow. But anyway, so here's the thing. MLP is definitely changing. Season 8 is hugely changing everything. And no spoilers, because I know, Lawrence, you haven't seen, you're only on season 4 at the moment. But I'm generally curious about what the future holds. I mean, they're definitely going to be changing the main 6 in a big way in season 8. Spike is definitely, from what I've heard, going to get a lot of balance.
There's going to be a season 9 to follow. Has it been confirmed?
They are doing 9. They've confirmed season 9, and then supposedly that's the last season. But I'm expecting Hasbro to make an official statement at Comic-Con this year, or HasCon next year, as to whether or not MLP is ending next year in season 9. I don't think it will. Originally, I did. Originally, I thought season 9 was going to be the finale, but recently I've kind of been thinking, well, if there's 2 more films, it would make more sense for there to be at least a 10th season and have the 3rd film be the finale for Friendship is Magic. That'd make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. I mean, like I say, I found it hard to believe that it's going to end at 9 seasons because it don't make any sense of what they've got planned. Plus, Equestria Girls is going to be continuing on, and that's canon to that series as well.
Yeah.
They need a big film for Equestria Girls. They need to do a big film like MLP to finish that off because it deserves it and it needs it. So I would love to see a cinematic release for Equestria Girls. I know that the first Equestria Girls film, the very first Equestria Girls film was released in cinemas, as was the second one, Rainbow Rocks. But then that was it. But I'd love to see a proper big budget Equestria Girls film just to maybe finish that franchise off.
It only went to some cinemas, though, didn't it? They didn't go on proper general release.
I know where we live in Hull. I know that
our View got
Legend of the Everfree, that was released at our local View cinema, as was the 3rd film, Friendship Games. I assume the first 2 films were as well. In all honesty, I avoided the Equestria Girls universe for quite a while. I actually avoided it for quite a while, largely because I thought it wouldn't be very good. But I just thought, may as well, and wow, I was quite surprised. Rainbow Rocks is the best one, that.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
I can't find that. What I'm trying to find, that Picamina thing. If I find it, I'll send you it via Facebook at some point. But that Pinkamena thing I was talking to you about, that cupcake thing. It basically was on Instagram, one of the Brony accounts on there. They shared it on their story thing on Instagram, and for some reason I can't find it on the web. So whoever found it, it was pretty cool. It was just like a timid down version, and she makes a cupcake out of Rainbow Dash.
Yeah.
But it's what's funny, what's cool about it is that it was just she's basically like she's like, must keep my happy face and take my pills. So she's like completely crazy. But it's a shame I can't find it because I would have played it for you because it's actually a really catchy song. It was put with, and it works so well.
I was thinking I might try and. I was thinking, mate, should I try and become one of those brony DJs that makes MLP tracks?
Why not?
Well, it's always worth trying, Lawrence. I mean, the thing is, right, with MLP DJs and musicians and things, there are literally hundreds of them, if not maybe even thousands. There's somebody at the moment who's trying to put together an app obviously on the App Store, which will be a full database of all brony musicians and DJs with all of their song content, all links to their websites, YouTube, you name it. And it's been in development now for almost 3 years, and it still isn't finished.
Oh, yeah, well, it would take a long time to get everything there, wouldn't it? So,
well, yeah, because you've got to get permission from
thousands and thousands.
Yeah, you know, it's bound to be in the thousands. It's not the hundreds, it is the thousands. Because I keep coming across brody musicians and DJs every day on YouTube that I've never heard of, and there's so many. And it's testament to the franchise's movement as to what it means to people.
My little pony, my little pony. Friendship is my
Is that the original?
Yeah.
That's the whole one. That's the whole lyrics.
You like John?
Yeah, fine, yeah.
John? Oh, yeah, your camera's gone.
Is it?
I can still hear it. Your camera's gone. Hang on. I think you turned off your camera, mate.
I've not turned anything off.
Let's have a look.
Oh, I have. I'm back.
Yeah, where did you get that song from, mate?
That's on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm aware it's a full song.
Well, I probably just type that in. You literally get. I mean, let's see. I mean, if you actually look it up, the most viewed MLP song is the final song from Rainbow Rocks, which is 143 million views.
Oh, blimey!
Then the next highest grossing song is What My Cutie Mark Is Telling Me, which is season 3, and that's got 124 million views. Then after that, pretty much average anywhere from 1 million views to easily 60 million. It just depends on the song. But again, kind of puts
What an idea I could get for a track. Maybe I could write a song about if there was a way to get to Equestria from this real world.
Go for it, mate. I mean, I've got about five or six drafts on my computer from MLP fan fiction that I want to write, and I've got about another 3 drafts on paper. So it's like 8 drafts altogether for MLP fan fiction that I want to write. It's not so bad now, but the only issue with writing MLP fan fiction is there's quite a few trolls out there which will basically say you're a bad writer or things like that.
That's just because they don't like the franchise, isn't it?
Well, yeah, there's that. The only other problem as well is there seems to be quite a few who are very picky about things like punctuation and grammar. I mean, me personally, I've never really cared about that. I mean, if you're an online person, you should, it doesn't really matter if you're writing online, but you can't really go for perfection all the time.
No, you can't. I mean, when you're dealing,
you can't please everyone. It's
no, you can't.
No, when you're dealing with fan fictions, but that's exactly what it is. That it's not an official works. It's not something that's going to get published, is it?
No.
So there's no real harm in the odd. I mean, even published books have spelling errors.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I've been listening to a lot of the a lot of the like Lion Guard music recently.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because I like that. I mean, some of it isn't particularly that great, but some of it is really, really good.
I like, the Scar song, I Have a Plan.
I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah, when Scar's revived.
Yeah.
Luke.
Damn. You will give me your past sins.
Have you read all the past sins, Sam?
What is that, Lawrence?
Have you read all of past sins?
Oh yeah, I've read it loads of times. I've read it online, and obviously I've got the physical copy of the book. I've read it probably easily 3 or 4 times.
It's all right, mate. If you need somebody to keep it safe for you, I'm the man.
A volcano.
Yeah,
I think I should
really
keep hold of it, Sam.
understand why you think I do that.
This is from the Lion card.
What? Welcome to the Outlands, Kiburi. Yeah, welcome. What's going on? Don't worry, Kiburi. We're all friends here. I have plans for you and your crocodiles. Big plans indeed. They thought I was defeated, but very soon we'll see the shockers I rise from the flames so triumphantly. I never thought I'd have this chance. Oh, how long it's been. A second opportunity, and this time I'll win. For I have a plan. Enlighten us now. Yes, I have a plan. I know how. Follow my lead. That's all you need. Yes, I have a plan. We'll gather every animal in the Outlands. Unify them all under my lead. And once our league is assembled, we will be victorious. It will be glorious. All the Mineland's lush terrain will again be my domain. For I have a plan. We know it's true. Yes, I have a plan. That's what we do. Follow my lead. That's all you need. I have a plan. Yes, I have a plan. I love your soul. I have a plan. Want to stay. Follow my lead. That's all you need. Yes, I have a plan.
Yeah, so that's Scar's song from the Lion Guard.
Nice. I like I've only really ever watched like the first 4 episodes of it, and a lot of people kind of state, it's just like it's trying to rip off MLP because there's so much references to MLP.
Yeah.
Well, they are.
Because they've got like the King Mark symbols, haven't they?
And a lot of people I know there's a 3rd season due out this year. A lot of people have been saying it kind of makes no sense because it's meant to be set before the events of Lion King 2.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a son, so it doesn't really make any sense.
But the thing is, though, if you look at the end of the first Lion King film, when they're presenting Simba and Nala's cub, that footage doesn't match the beginning of Lion King 2 at Kiara's presentation. Because that lion cub at the end of the first one actually does look like a male. But the thing is, Kiara was a different colour. So the theory goes that Kiara wasn't Simba's firstborn.
Well, interestingly, the originally when at the end of the Lion King that the cub that you see is a male. It is a male cub.
Yeah, it said that in a book.
Yeah, but in the official sequel, it's a girl. So you can argue that Kion is around in the events of Lion King 2, but for whatever reason he's not on screen. There's actually a rather dark theory that the reason he's not in Lion King 2 is because he's dead.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, some say that Zira got hold of him and killed him, and that explains why Simba's very protective of Kiara.
Yeah, there's some really kind of dark theories.
He's not fully mature because he's still a cub. He might have died from like a natural reason. I've heard lots of rumors about it.
Yeah, there's one of the theories is one of the darker theories is that he's going to possibly maybe die off screen in the final episode of Lion Guard.
No, what happened is Pinkie Pie went into their reality, and she became Pinkie Mina and made a cupcake from him. So he became.
Did you like the sort of Halloween type episode of MLP where Fluttershy with those vampats, those vampire bats, she got turned into a vampire?
Yeah, that was a good episode.
Yeah, it's got the bat song. I love the bat song. It's great.
Yeah.
By the way, as we're talking about ponies, when did you two when would you two like to do that episode that we're talking about on the Bronica channel?
Lunar Eclipse. What are you guys doing tomorrow? I've really got nothing planned.
Neither have I. I mean, I'm working, but we could maybe do something in the evening.
What time are you working, John?
Well, I'm working 12:30 till about 4:30. So by the time I get home, it'll be about 5ish. So any time from about 6, I'd say, I'll be available.
Yeah, we could go on, say 6, half 6.
Yes, it's about. I'll see.
We'll see how things go.
Yeah, no worries there. One of the things about MLP has created an entire. How can I put it? It's created a series of children's cartoons, if you will, that are trying to mimic MLP. And
the Lion Guard, you mean? Or?
Yeah, well, the Lion Guard is just one example. I mean, I know LPS was similar in ways, but LPS was by Hasbro in the same studio that did MLP, so that makes sense. But
yeah, I haven't really got into the Littlest Pet Shop. I know it's not as successful as, but
the reason it ended after 4 seasons was because it was not competing with MLP very well. It wasn't as successful as MLP. There are theories that LPS is set in the same universe as Equestria Girls, and how's this for a mind blower? And there's an episode, I think it's in season 2 of LPS, but there's an episode where you clearly see the Equestria Girls Applejack in the background, and I can't help but wonder if that's a purposely done thing to try and say that it is connected in some way.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing at the moment. There are probably more male sort of adult fans of MLP at the moment than there are of Transformers.
Yeah.
Because there are some Transformers references in MLP. Then again, I suppose Hasbro would probably do that for, kind of the Brony stuff, because a lot of Brony's probably Transformers.
Well, it's like a lot of things. I mean, when Friendship is Magic, when it first kind of was announced and when it first came back, My Little Pony had been off the air for probably 20 years.
Yeah.
Nobody really knew, Hasbro especially didn't really know if it was going to be successful. And the Brony movement, the Brony fan base only really came to light really just after season 2. It was about season 2 where it started to be noticed. And Hasbro kind of realised we've got something here. We're really onto something. And that's why it went past season 3, because originally there was only going to be 3 seasons. I know there's a lot of debate as to how the Brony fan base started. I mean, the earliest known posting was on 4chan. And there was supposedly some forum where people were discussing animation, apparently, and someone put up a link to an episode of MLP, and that's supposedly how it all started. But I have more. My own theory is that there were fans of the show out there that could well have remained invisible if it weren't for the larger community. It's all very hazy. I don't think anybody really knows just how it all really started.
I suppose it's just how people maybe of all ages can identify with, with particularly with the main 6 characters, because they are just like, you can identify with what's going on, the message and plot of each episode, really, because they all learn a lesson by the end of it. So
yeah, that's exactly the right point. I mean, it's like anything. I mean, in general, I generally believe that MLP has the potential, or pretty much has surpassed the potential, to become. It's already at the point where it is a franchise that is, in a lot of ways, very similar to Transformers. It has the same kind of fan base. And you have a lot, obviously, Transformers has YouTube stuff, YouTube animations, YouTube music, all that kind of stuff. So it's a very similar fan base. And largely, I think with a lot of people, it's like that because have you, Lawrence, have you seen, there is a documentary that was done a couple of years ago where it's basically following about 4 or 5 different bronies, and there's also a lot of the voice actors were involved in the documentary.
I saw the one that follows that particular. Is it Rainbow Dash and Applejack's voice actress when she goes to her first convention?
Yeah, there's that one.
That one I did.
Yeah, there's that one. Then there's another one where they follow about 5 different bronies who are also on YouTube, and it's a pretty interesting.
I think I've seen a bit of that one, where they talk to like several bronies and they say, you do certain jobs, why do you watch this show and all that, and I saw this thing on American News Report recently about like people, and they were interviewing full-grown men in a toy shop, bronies in a toy shop, and why they were all buying all this merchandise. Like, there was a guy who came in with about 5 Pinkie Pie plushies, and he was all giving them a ride.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of, how can you put this? It's very much developed its own. It has developed its own following, and
it has, yeah.
I think to a lot of people, it's opened up a community and created. It's created a family effectively. But then it's like the Transformers community. We're all one big family there. But I will openly say this because
I was just wondering, is it at all possible that TF Nation might might end up becoming a bin, or
becoming?
Could TF Nation potentially become a brony convention?
Nah, that wouldn't happen. It's a Transformers con.
Yeah.
I can't say this for sure, Lawrence, because this is based off a picture that I saw on Instagram about a year ago. But basically, about a year ago, a picture showed up on TF Nation's official Instagram of 2 of the basically 2 of the TF Nation convention.
With Tara Strong, did you say?
Yeah, basically it's Tara Strong, 2 of the TF Nation members, and it's led to a lot of speculation as to whether or not Tara Strong might end up being a guest one year. I mean, she's in Transformers. She's in Transformers Animated.
Yeah, she's Pinkie Pie.
No, Tara Strong plays Twilight.
Oh, Twilight, yeah. I think I recognise her voice from some other roles. Yeah, I was familiar with some of her stuff before MLP, so
she's been around forever as Tara Strong.
I found it, guys. Sent the link to you about that Pinkie Mina thing.
Oh, right. I think I've just got it through.
He's pretty good. It's called. It's pretty much. There's a song called "Happy Pills" and it works so well.
It's not in the chat, mate.
No, I don't do it in the chat. I've done it on Facebook.
As I said last time, the first time I read Tara Strong's name, I think her name was Tara Chardendorf then or something. She was it the voice of the character Melody in The Little Mermaid too. I don't know if you remember that. The Little Mermaid, voice of Ariel's daughter.
Yeah, I sent it to your messenger, Sam, on Facebook.
Yeah, you could just send it on the chat here. There it is.
Yeah, send it there.
Let's have a look. No, that's not it. That's just tried to connect itself twice there. Why has it done that?
Sam's computer is inferior. It is.
No, there's no
acting
chat.
against his better judgment. What?
Now it's thrown it in the chat, mate.
I haven't. I said it's on Facebook Messenger because for some reason my message working on my end when I send out. Just goes on your Facebook Messenger. You're on your computer. Just put Facebook in.
I know. I'm on here, but I haven't got anything.
Well, you should have because I sent it to you.
Yeah, I've got it here. It's just showing up.
Oh, I forgot to.
I say, how often do you guys? I assume you guys obviously meet up a lot in Hull.
They need to put that in an actual episode.
Yeah. It would be great to meet, probably particularly Tara Strong. Film of her, maybe I could get her to do a line of dialogue for me, or say hi to me as Twilight.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
That was an interesting little animation there. Seriously, Cupcakes is just infamous because I think it's the original MLP creepypasta. I think it was the very first one. And it's just infamous. It's probably the darkest one. I mean, I know there's about 4 or 5 others which are considered equally as dark, but Cupcakes really, oh man, it gives me the shivers. I've only read it in full, I think maybe once, but it just really gives me the shivers.
Worth the price. She ain't worth the price. What the hell?
Tell the truth or you die. Do the dare or you die.
Refuse to play, you die.
soundtrack.
I like the intro to the film because it's like a really God, it gets you. It makes me happy, but at the same time, I feel like the message behind it is like, you know, we're here to stay, and we're taking over in a way. We'll always be here, that kind of thing.
Important princess documents coming through.
Wow, I've been planning for many times to Saudi Arabia is here. I know, Philly. We almost couldn't book a stable. Princess Twilight must have her hooks full with this giant festival. Are you kidding? Organized and cool under pressure. There's nothing she can't handle.
Man's downstairs.
Come on, you're letting the team down, mate. Honestly. Bloody hell. Do you have any DVDs in your bedroom?
Yeah.
This isn't my bedroom. You know?
Nothing is working. Just have to get it together. Just go
You keep your MLP cushion up there with you, don't you, Sam, in your shed?
No, my plushies are in my bedroom.
No, your cushion.
Oh yeah, my cushion, my MLP cushion. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I keep it in my shed. Yeah. I do like this cushion. Good one.
It's time you learned a lesson.
Oh, that one. That is an awesome one, that.
You understand. Don't ever count on anybody else in this or any other land. I once hoped for friendship.
Oh, I'd love to meet Tempest's voice actress.
Yeah, I would.
But those were the childish wishes of someone who.
What are you doing, John? Oh, the poor pussycats. God.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Sound happy.
And now a word from our sponsor.
To all of you. Feed me. Feed me now.
Where are my testicles, Summer?
Johnny.
That asks that.
Oh, Mindy.
There's a good thing cats don't have thumbs.
Okay.
Cats don't have what?
Thumbs. It's a good thing you don't have thumbs, or else the world would be over.
Yeah.
So, what else do you want to talk about, boys? TFN? There's a new guest announcement.
Yeah. Another comic artist that'll be good. They need more comic artists there, really, don't they?
Well, there will be. I mean, there's always more comic book artists. I mean, like I say, Alex Milne, or Milne, whatever you want to pronounce it, he's back. He came last year, I think, if I remember rightly. Or the year before, can't remember. But anyway, so yeah, cool comic book artist. It'd be interesting to see if we'll have another actor or something, because like I said in the last stream.
Yeah, I mean, like last year, they had Maggie Roswell. Obviously, she was the one actor they had that wasn't part of the Transformers franchise. No,
but because she was the wife of Hal Rail, they came together. So essentially, but pretty well though. I mean, I kind of kicking myself. I never actually went to actually saw them in person because Hal Rail. We all did, didn't we, Sam?
Yeah,
and Lawrence.
I got a free picture of him. So.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Hal Rail, but Maggie Roswell is my childhood. I mean, The Simpsons I grew up with, so. I mean, I've not watched it in recent years, but yeah, The Simpsons was something I really loved, and their characters were awesome.
So I like the old Simpsons, you know.
Yeah, I
like the Itchy and Scratchy movie episode, the Bart Wars. I had all those on video.
Yeah.
Remember that Duff Gardens episode where Homer's sick and he wants to go to that beer? They go to that Duff Beer amusement park. And also the one where they make all up the Mickey Tape films. What did you think of the Simpsons movie? That came out the same time as the first Transformers live action, didn't it? Because I went to go and see both those movies on the same day.
I really
in
liked
2007.
it.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. I liked it, the movie.
Were you a Simpsons fan, Sam?
Oh yeah, I mean, who isn't? I mean, if you were born in 1989 or whatever, you know, you grew up with The Simpsons. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my dad was a big fan of it, so I watched it a lot. And all the Christmas episodes of The Simpsons are good as well. They did really good Christmas specials. My favourite's the one, is it? Yeah, Marge Be Not Proud, where Bart's the only kid that doesn't have that video game, and he goes and nicks a copy of it.
Oh yeah, good episode that is. This is interesting, Sam, and to you possibly, Lawrence. Sammy, our good friend, just Anime News Network. He's just put this on up on the Cyber-Ritz Facebook group, and it says. Devilman Crybaby staff teases important announcement.
Season 2.
I don't know, but it says the official Twitter account for Devilman Crybaby teased that an important announcement will be unveiled during a live stream presentation to commemorate the show's Blu-ray disc box set. The Blu-ray box set will ship the 30th. The 10-episode Devilman Crybaby anime episode premiered in 190 countries and territories on Netflix on January 5th. Is anything else? No, that's all it says, but it just pretty much says that by the looks of it on May 30th there could be an interesting like a continuation. Just thought to share that. But anyway, so yes. Watching any anime recently, Lawrence?
I haven't watched any recently. How about you? Are you still watching anime or?
Yeah, still. I'm not watching anything at the moment.
I've got this massive collection, and there's still some I have to watch in it.
Yeah, I've got stuff that I bought about three years ago, and it's still all sealed.
Yeah. As I say, yeah, I will definitely be getting
I'll get
Digimon Adventure Tri Part 4, and I'll be watching that straight away. So
yeah, I'll pre-order. Yeah, I'll be watching that. I'm probably crying because my childhood's been just taken away from me. Oh dear! As Sam started reading political posts again, he's gone all quiet.
I'm actually reading some fan fiction.
Okay, then I'll let you off then.
And there's technically no such thing as political posts. It's just another person's opinion matching another person's opinion, or on the news. It's just whatever. But I wouldn't really say political. No, I'm just reading fan fiction.
Cool.
What's your favourite Disney film, Lawrence?
Ultimately, discarding the Pixar ones, probably Aladdin. That was, I used to watch that one all the time.
Has to be undoubtedly The Lion King.
Yeah, I might say Lion King. Lion King. I think Lion King was the first Disney film I actually saw of, and it would have been at the cinema.
Yeah, it was for me. I actually have memories. One of my earliest memories when I was 4 years old. I went with my mum and my aunt to see The Lion King at the cinema. I think that was the very first film I was taken to see at the cinema.
Yeah,
I think I saw it twice. I remember, God, everyone cries, in Mufasa's death scene. It's like, but that wildebeest, that stampede scene, it's done so well. Well, they animated this time.
The thing about Disney is, despite the fact they're, like a child-friendly concepts, all their films are either very dark or are based off very dark source material. But
Yeah.
the Lion King's technically a rip-off from a 1955 Japanese film called Kimber the White Lion.
Also, they say it's kind of like it is meant to be a take on Hamlet, the Shakespeare play.
Yeah. But it's technically based off Kimber the White Lion.
I like to chew it. 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 I like to chew Chew it, Soros. He likes to chew it.
I remember that. Advert. That's when adverts were good. Now all you get is go compare.
Well, adverts change
Yeah.
and things like that, but I mean, in a lot of ways, the world's changed. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they probably don't put as much effort into TV adverts anymore because of all the online stuff.
Yeah.
But I remember back, like, as I was saying the other day on my live stream, I was watching some like old TV adverts and TV promos from like GMTV Saturday 1995 because in the early 90s that was my childhood, and those toy adverts were really good.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, they had like all those the toy company Tyco. I remember, that Saturday morning was dominated by their adverts. They had the Rebound racing car, and the remote control car. They had the Magna Doodle, which was the thing you draw, and then you could just erase it and then draw again.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, I've seen in my local B&M, I've seen MLP plushies that you can draw on, then you can wash them off.
I have seen those before.
I think
happy pills.
I think Carl's on Facebook. Do you want to send him a message, John, and see if he wants to come on? Or
Loads of people are on. We can send random messages to like loads of people on Facebook and see who's interested.
Yeah, but you got to be careful because they don't like that. Or they don't like to be added to stuff without being asked first.
yeah,
True.
Yeah, you've got to watch your step in with some people. No, I'm joking.
yeah.
All right.
Just wondered if he might want to join us, or if Tony's babysitting. I mean, it's always just say it's optional. I never put pressure on someone to join something they wouldn't want to.
Oh yeah.
Tony isn't babysitting.
Isn't he?
Of course he isn't. It's Saturday night.
Well,
Where do you think he is?
Yeah.
Got out, you think?
He'll be at
Well,
Spiders.
Let's investigate, shall we?
Yeah, actually, yeah, good point, John. There's a little thing called Facebook. How you bet he's put up that he's at Spiders tonight?
There hasn't been a post updates for 6 hours, so I've got no clue. Let me have a look underneath. Yeah, 6 hours ago was the last post, and that was a profile picture of him at Spiders. So I've no idea if that means anything.
Oh,
Possibly.
he could well be babysitting, but he might not be. Not really matters.
I really need to see about, before we go to TFN if I can, if I've got the cash. I want to go to that 80s Soundwave t-shirt. They've got some really cool ones. They've got like a football shirt that's which is a Devastator colours, which looks ace. And then they've also got a Soundwave T-shirt of him in the cassette form, saying "Turn it up," which is ace. So I'm thinking I might maybe go on there, but the only problem is you get hit by custom charges because it's from America, which is annoying. But if I've got some cash, if I can get some cash together, then it shouldn't be a problem. Because that Soundwave one I've got that I take to TFN specifically, it's gone down well quite a lot for the years that because literally right, I don't know if it was yours with Sam or if it was somebody else. But it was either the first TFN or second TFN or last year's, or it was the last year of Auto Assembly. It was one of them the last couple of years, and I remember going in the dealer room, and this kid come up to me and he went, "Oh, I've been looking for you everywhere, mate." And I went, "Have you?" I have no idea who this guy was, and he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Last year you came in you had the same T-shirt on the same day. That's an awesome T-shirt, mate." And it's that Soundwave one that's
whole. Hasn't he? He could recognise you.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd have thought he probably would have recognised you from YouTube or.
Well, that's what I thought at first. I thought he's somebody that watches me on YouTube. So I thought, all right, okay. So he just said, "Oh yeah, I saw you last year because I've been wearing it for the past. I think I've had it for about 3 years now. So that T-shirt. So I think I've worn it for the last 3 or 4 events. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I said, "Oh yeah, I love that T-shirt, mate." And, "Oh, thanks, dude." And then yeah, it is pretty cool. I mean, it's very loud. It's not something I'd wear, out and about in, but it's great to wear for a convention or something like that because it's, it's front and back, like the back and torso of Soundwave, which is pretty cool. And he's a massive Decepticon.
I know it's very late to say. I know it's a bit very early to ask, but do you guys, will you guys think you can probably go to Digicon regularly in sort of February time when it's on, or?
Well, I don't know. I might do. I mean, there's another one this year in Derby, in August.
Yeah.
I've got Chris Sabat and a few other going to it this time. They played Vegeta. So I'm considering that one because I'm off for because I'm off that weekend it's on as well. So in August. But we'll see. I mean, it all depends on cash because I really need to watch my cash because literally a month after TF Nation, I'm going to Benidorm. So, and I may go, I may not bother. I don't know. I need to, whatever money I've got left over, I'll have to go towards Benidorm.
How long are you going to go to Benidorm for?
Just come back on there. Yeah. So there's plenty of time that we're going to be in there for a week and a half. So we're going to need enough cash to kind of tide us over for that amount of time.
Have you been abroad before, John?
No, it's my first time abroad and first time on a plane.
Oh, you'll probably like flying.
Well, we'll soon find out when I'm on it. That's if they let me through the security barriers.
I don't see any reason why they wouldn't, John.
Well, they probably look at me and think, drug addict, sick the dogs. And then they look at my mate Smithy and I think, yeah, he's definitely got something up his bum. Then I look at my mate Matty and think, yeah, we're just gonna scare this guy because he looks like he's gonna pee himself.
You like flying, Sam?
Yeah, I've been on a plane before.
Yeah, I've been on so many times in my life. So,
well, you're lucky.
I've been on a plane for over 13 hours.
Oh, long time.
Once to go from London to Singapore, then from Auckland, New Zealand to Los Angeles. That's like nearly like half a day's flight, 12 hours.
Bloody hell.
But yeah, they had lots of movies to watch though. You could pick your film on a screen and watch it, and
yeah, well, it's good when you've got something take the travel time away a little bit. The only problem is 13 hours just on a plane. You got to move around the plane a bit, haven't you? Really?
Yeah. You can when the seatbelt signs are turned off. You can actually means you can walk about the aircraft.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to because you can't sit for 13 hours and end up getting a blood clot in your legs.
Yeah.
Because they say.
I think the only times I got up there was the times that go to the toilet.
Our flight is going to be around about 2 hours, I think. They said on that. So. Yeah, so it's not too long, and it's just long enough and perfect enough just to kind of get accustomed to it for the first time. We've got 0 viewers. Literally, whenever I do a live feed, I get no viewers, and then Carl does one on his. I'm guessing the live chat thing isn't very popular with certain people. I mean, I could understand maybe, but
it just depends, right? I mean, you can't. I think it depends on the day, the time, if people are interested, that type of stuff.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, nearly anything that I'm on at the moment seems to be going down in negativity. I don't know what it is at the minute. Like, I made a vlog yesterday, and it's had barely anything, and I've had a comment from.
It was a good little vlog. You were talking about Bennett on TF Nation, and
yeah, I got a comment from Dave Smizzy, and he just went, "Turn your effing phone off. Turn the
beaters going off at you, wasn't it?"
Yeah, I mean, it's not my fault I'm so popular. But anyway, it's all in good faith. It's all in good fun. I mean, at the end of the day, most of my videos I do on my phone because for some else, I don't know if you know what's going on. My phone's different to yours, but you understand computers and such to a point. But basically, I've got a problem with. I'm going to try it on my desktop computer as well, the phone itself or whatever. But basically, whenever I record a video on my phone, and plug the cable into my laptop stating there's no file in the file, but yet it's playing and it's working on my phone.
It probably doesn't recognise the format. A phone saves in a very different manner from what a computer does, so it may not recognise the phone's format.
That's a bit weird because literally I've done so many videos via my phone to the computer, and I've had
you on your phone now, or on your computer?
I'm on my computer. I'm on my desktop at the minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's working fine. But that's why some videos I've been putting them up via the YouTube app, because that's the only way I can do it via my phone at the moment until I can get to the bottom of what's the problem is. If I can't get down, it's a bit annoying because literally I'm 5 months away from going to Benidorm, and I can't. So it's kind of a bit of annoying that I've got a phone. I can record and I can take pictures, record stuff, but it's not picking it up on the computer. So it'd be a waste of time doing that. So now I've got to see about maybe buying myself a couple spare batteries from a camera that I got for my birthday, and just kind of keep them charged and have spare batteries with me, and have maybe get myself a couple more of those power bank things, just to kind of so when I'm out and about I can charge my camera on a power bank. So I can get myself a new phone, because quite frankly the phone I've got is starting to run down a bit now. It's not holding its charge as good as it used to, which happens with phones after so long. Yeah, and I've also somehow, I don't know how I've done it, but I bent the screen.
Oh God! How did you do that?
I have no idea. It was in my pocket, and I remember getting it out of my pocket and then looking at it and I thought, that doesn't look right. The screen doesn't look right. And then I turned it horizontally, and I noticed there's like a bend right. I don't know. It's still, but I'm wondering if maybe I've damaged the battery in somewhere, or if I've damaged anything inside.
Did you drop it, or
Sorry?
Did you drop it, or something like that, or?
No, I hadn't dropped it. It was just in my pocket, so I think I might have just put some pressure must have been put on it at some point, and it's just bent due to that. I mean, it's not the first time I've damaged a phone via having it in my pocket. I remember when I was at college doing motor vehicle mechanics. I had do you remember the BenQ? Anybody?
The what?
The BenQ Siemens phone, MP3 phone that came out. Yeah, I had that, and I had a pen. I had a pen in my pocket at the same time, and a massive hole. It ended up like pushing a big hole through the screen.
Oh dear! Did you used to work in motor vehicle then, John?
No, I trained in it for 3 years. I did IMI level 1 and 2, and I did a City and Guilds course year pre.
Did you do a level 3 course then after that? Or?
No, well, level 3 was optional. I didn't go into that because it was mainly to do with it was like engineering kind of thing. I didn't really want to go into engineering. I just wanted to do mechanics. But it's whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so basically I was wanting to do it because I love cars, I love bikes, motorbikes, I love anything mechanical, anything like that, and it was something at the time I wanted to do. And but that the year that I finished college, which is in 2006, crunch hit. Local garages closed down, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to go into mechanics in the end run because I could end up unemployed.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly. So, but yeah, from finishing college, I was 2.5, nearly 3 years on benefits anyway.
Yeah,
yeah, and then I did have a little thing to get some money. I was a steward at KC Stadium where Hull City play.
yeah.
I was, yeah, Sam was as well. So we were both stewards for at least a good 5 years or so there. And then I got a job at Asda back in 2009, 2010, I think.
And
and then and I've been there for 8 years now.
Yeah, the ironic thing is, mate, is back at school, almost every guy there. If you were a male, if you were a guy at our school, you were pretty much almost forced into mechanics.
Yeah.
Literally, almost everybody I know at school ended up doing work experience in a garage. I didn't. I actually was somewhere else. But nobody from my class that I know of, anyway, went into mechanics as a job. Maybe a few people went into apprenticeships, but they never went into mechanics fully. And I'll never understand why the schools seem to think that you should just go into mechanics. I mean, I did mechanics with the school. They put us on like a 2-year course with a local college. But not to sound nasty, but I really felt like I never learned anything when I was doing the course.
Was it what you wanted to do, though?
Yeah, I never wanted to do it, to be perfectly honest. And I felt like I learned the absolute base minimum you could teach somebody. And I mean, some of the stuff that they were supposed to teach us, they did it in the most minimum way possible. I kind of just wish that I'd done something else, but like everything I learned back then is irrelevant now, and I just never really got into it.
Mm. All right, what should we talk about now?
Well,
I was kind of thinking, you know, I am curious about. How can I put this? I'm kind of curious about the future of MLP. Just how is it going to change? How is it going to grow? How is it going to live on? I mean, it's currently gone beyond the expectations Hasbro thought it would,
mm-hmm.
and the fan base hasn't slowed down at all. But
No, it hasn't.
the initial boom for MLP fans was in 2011. A lot of the stuff that's well known, like Past Sins, for example, that was written in 2011. A lot of the really well known fan base stuff, like artists, authors, musicians, all that stuff, they popped up around 2011. Have you Lawrence? Have you heard of a YouTube brony by the name of Mando Pony?
No, I've not heard of him. No.
You need to check him out. He's a really, really, really good musician. He kind of came to the scene around about 2011-ish. I'll tell you what. I'll put a link up on the chat for you so you can check out some of this stuff. Right, this is fine. Here you go. This is a good one. Right, this is worth checking out. This is one of his songs. But he's a really good musician. But I'm always curious about where it's heading and how it'll end. And I think when G4 does end, there is going to be a lot of thank you videos, a lot of goodbye videos, but it won't end the fan base. The fan base will continue onwards long after the series ends.
Well, do you think? Yeah. Well, do you think what if the next generation is either a reboot or continuation? Do you think the Friendship is Magic fans will go on to just follow it?
Yeah,
I think they'll follow it because, to be frank, it's
because the original MLP wasn't nearly as popular as this version.
It's nowhere near as popular.
Yeah, it was originally made purely. I think the toys were made first, and then they turned it into a television series back in the 80s.
Yeah, that's kind of how it worked. I mean, it was never as popular as fan fiction as Friendship is Magic was. I mean, should I say, that just became hugely popular.
Unicron. Ominous look is Unicron.
Have you guys bought any new comics lately, or?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
Power Rangers Shattered Grid.
Oh yeah.
Is that about the morphing grid then, or?
Yeah, it's about that. It's basically in Power Ranger comics. There's an alternative universe where Tommy basically remains evil.
Yeah,
he becomes Lord Dakon or Dragon or Dakon.
Yeah, Dragon. Yeah, I've seen it. He's like a mixture of the Green Ranger and White Ranger, isn't he?
Yeah, he defeats the Power Rangers in his universe. He's now attempting to wipe them all out in all universes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to check that out myself. But, but I need to really watch the spending. If not, I won't be going to TF Nation because I'll be, I'll be like, sorry, Sam, you're going to have to pay the full 600 quid yourself.
Nah, you'll be able to make it, won't you, John?
Hopefully. Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a bit difficult, but this month with the amount of extra hours I've done and everything, hopefully I can kind of boost it or start something. Because when it comes to Benidorm, I don't need that much cash. I maybe need about 300 or 400 quid, maybe 5 max.
You need more for TF Nation than for your 10 days, than for your week and a half in Benidorm.
A little over 300 for the hotel room, and then I need spending cash as well.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need at least about 600 quid, but I get paid the Friday of going, which helps out a little bit. But again, I need something to I need at least a few hundred quid with me just to help me out for the first couple of nights until I get paid. Then I can kind of use, I can kind of use my the wages a little bit if I see anything or out. But like I say, I'm not really setting out this year to really buy much. I mean, I said that last year and ended up with a full.
Yeah, I spent a lot last year.
Well, I'm not as bad as I used to.
You always do.
I mean, I haven't spent as much as I used to. I mean, literally, the first 2 years, I think combined in the first 2 years of going to auto assembly, I must have spent in the region of nearly maybe about 2 or 3 grand.
All right.
No, but that was not just on figures. That's literally on everything, like food, drink, everything. And because literally the first
ridiculous amount on bloody food.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, right?
I had one meal in the Hilton bar last year. Only one.
Yeah.
I only had a burger and just, but I think this year I'm going to go maybe to that shopping centre. I'm going to go to that little food court and get food there because there's a Subway there and that. So.
Subway's the way to go if you need anything.
Yeah, it's everything. I mean, one of the things is I suppose in a sense one of the things about conventions is you do have to be careful with your money, but at the same time, I could kind of say that the location of the Hilton kind of makes people spend less because since you're not central anymore, you don't have the urge to go out and spend money.
No. So people will spend more money there, don't they?
Yeah, I am still going to Birmingham though on the Friday, largely because I just want to, pick up some anime, maybe go to Build-A-Bear, and go to the lovely ramen restaurant I know about. Yay, ramen!
What will you be looking for in Build-A-Bear then?
No idea. Just thought I'd have a browse.
Think they'll have some new ponies or?
Maybe. I honestly don't know.
What he needs to do, he needs to try and find the receipt for Luna, and then try and return her back and get a better pony, like someone like Rainbow Dash. That's what he needs to do. He needs to replace her with Rainbow Dash because Rainbow Dash is 20% cooler than all the ponies, and she has the best songs, and she is just awesome. And name one song Luna actually sings, and it's probably only one. And then the rest of the time, Luna is. I love it in the movie where Luna's silenced by Twilight. I just think that's hilarious. She's just kind of like, Twilight's like, oh yeah, Celestia, could you raise the sun at this point? And Luna, could you raise the moon here? And this will make a perfect lighting arrangement for the stage. And then Luna goes, and then Twilight goes, No, I just love the frowny face. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Hey John, like you and me, and Sam, we're really like metal fans, our music interest, but we all seem to like MOP's music as well, which is rather pop orientated.
Yeah, I like some of the Brony stuff. I mean, have you heard a guy called Prince Whatever?
Prince Whatever. Yeah, he's a really, really good Brony musician.
Yeah, it's mainly rock music, metal music, and his stuff's really, really good.
That's his official album.
Oh, did you get that online?
Yeah, that's his official album, but all Brony-inspired music on it from MLP Music, basically. It is like metal, heavy metal rock.
Has he sampled has he sampled like dialogue from the show on it, or
No, it's all original stuff that he's done.
Well, there's some covers, but there's some of the rest. It's done some covers of the songs from the show, but its majority is original works based upon certain things.
Like everything on that album is original works, but he, as John said, he has done some of his like own some stuff from the show. I don't think you can get a copy of that album anymore. I think it was limited release.
Is it not available on download or?
Oh, you can do it on download, yeah.
Yeah, I think you can get it on Google Play.
Oh yeah, you can do it on there. He's like,
how much longer do you guys want to be on for? I mean, I know you're not in a rush. Well, none of us are in a rush, really, unless anyone wants to call it a night at some point. Let me know. I mean, I'm still okay.
I'd say
I'm good for the moment.
Yeah, I'd say perhaps perhaps around 10 to 12, I'll probably go and have a shower because I'm going to go and nip out probably and have a late pint.
Okay.
See if any of my buddies are around in the pub, local buddies.
Yeah.
But not many people here very few people here that are as good of friends to me as you are. So it's always a pleasure to speak to you guys.
Results. Cheers. Appreciate that, Lawrence. It's like we've literally got Lawrence into ponies and Transformers, so all we need now is to get him into hardcore metal, and I think we've done it. You know,
what's that?
Hardcore metal. You mean hardcore metal? You know, like Black Sabbath, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. I do like the subgenre thrash metal.
I'm not personally into thrash metal. John likes thrash metal.
Like, you know the band Megadeth?
Oh yeah. I don't mind Megadeth. I'm not.
Like, Sam boy.
Because wasn't it Metallica's lead singer that actually started that group after he left Metallica?
No. Megadeth. The lead vocalist was actually. He was one of the original lead guitarists before. I don't know. Apparently, it was either the bassist or lead guitarist of Metallica.
Yeah.
And then they had a massive fallout.
Yeah.
And basically, like I said, that he couldn't play and it was crap. So they got rid of him, and then he went and formed Megadeth and ended up becoming a massive band on their own.
Yeah. I was thinking, I mean, I like Iron Maiden, Metallica. You know, obviously we lost Motorhead last year, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We've pretty much lost AC/DC, haven't we? Like one of them's died, the other's pretty much been locked up for murder, and one of them's pretty much retired due to illness. I mean, the band's pretty much gone, and sad to say.
The very first two metal albums I bought were the Linkin Park albums, Meteora and Hybrid Theory. Those are the first two real metal albums I got.
Oh, yeah.
I like Korn, and I do like Korn.
I like Korn, yeah.
Lamb of God.
Yes.
The way though, Corn, he sounds very odd when he sings. I used to think he sounded like he was vomiting at the same time. Trying to sing while he's being sick or something.
Yeah, yeah. This song is called Vomit Blood.
Oh, do you like the Welsh band, Bullet for My Valentine?
Yes, I like
Yeah,
that.
I know them. Yeah.
I like Chemical Romance as well. I like them. My only kind of thing about Chemical Romance is they don't actually sound very good live.
No, they don't.
But one, I do like Evanescence, and I know she's a female singer, but she's a good metal.
I like their earlier stuff. I personally think everything after their third album isn't particularly.
Yeah, like Bring Me to Life and Bring Me to Life and Everybody's Fool.
The first 3 albums are really good. Have you heard of a band called Skillet?
Yes.
Yeah, I like Skillet. Have you heard of Sabaton?
I've heard a lot of the names. Yeah, thing is, normally when I go looking for metal music, I tend to go to the metal place at HMV because you don't tend to see it up there in the big chart stuff. Because it's not a lot of these, really, a lot of this music, this original music that deserves success, isn't what makes it into the charts these days.
You need to get Sabaton, and anything by Sabaton. They are absolutely brilliant.
What about Do you like Breaking Benjamin?
Yes,
I do.
Yeah. Have you heard some of the new stuff they've been bringing out?
I've not heard anything recent.
Yeah, there's a song called Blood, and there's a song called.
My God, are you bleeding? I will sing about it. Bring my guitar. Here's your meds. No, my guitar.
I don't know if another metal band I like. I don't think they're together anymore. There's a band called Fight Star in England.
Haven't heard of them.
Do you remember the pop band called Busted? There used to be. Is the lead singer Charlie Simpson from that band? After he finished with Busted, he went and formed a metal band.
Oh yeah. I know you're about Busted. The guy was And
then Charlie formed a band called Fight Star after.
Yeah, I only like one song of theirs, and it's the first song they ever made in a band. And then after that, I thought their stuff was a bit crap. To be honest.
Who's that?
Firestar, whatever they are.
Yeah.
I mean, the first song they came out with was actually quite good. But
yeah. Was it Waste a Moment, I think?
Yeah. I think so, yeah. Yeah, there's a new album that they're bringing out, Breaking Benjamin, called Ember, Ember, and they've released songs called Feed the Wolf, Save Yourself, Psycho, Blood, Dark of You, and it's two. They're releasing a new album, and they've been releasing it over the past month, I think. So basically, right, the 2 songs that I think I would recommend you check out of them brand new is a song called Blood and Red Cold River. They are fantastic songs. They are awesome.
Why do I imagine Blood just being, there is blood, blood, blood on my hands, blood, blood. Why is there blood? Why? What did I do? Why? Oh, why? That was a fantastic song, mate. How did you come up with the lyrics?
I mean, I started to get into metal music kind of at the sort of age of 14, 15. Kind of like when you get to, the end of school. I mean, being a 90s kid, as a kid, I was brought up very much on pop music because it was a very pop-orientated era.
It was.
Were you guys ever big pop fans when you were kids, or?
I used to listen to dance music like hardcore, hardstyle, trance, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then when I grew out of that chavvy phase, what I call a chavvy phase, I ended up. Well, I was I had a kind of a diverse musical kind of interest because growing up, my mum and dad obviously they grew up during the 50s and 60s and so on. Well, 60s specifically.
They've been familiar with Elvis and the Beatles. I mean, my dad, he's one of the biggest Beatles fans, so I got to like their stuff. I do like their stuff.
Yeah, I mean, literally a lot. My dad's got a lot of his old vinyls still and everything, and he's I mean, literally a lot of the 60s and 70s stuff I grew up with because of that music. Foreign interests in the 90s, where you started getting all these like pop punk and punk related bands like Linkin Park and Sum 41 as well, and all those bands that Alien Ant Farm and stuff like that, and all those bands that kind of appealed me interest during the 90s. And then obviously you got the Digimon movie that had a couple of pretty big 90s rock bands on there.
Yeah, Smash Mouth song was in it, wasn't it? All Star.
Yeah, that's Smash Mouth, and they had
Funk Soul Lover. That song was in it.
Yeah, and they've also got another one. There's about three or four songs in the English dub soundtrack to it. The only thing is I like the Smash Mouth All Star song. I mean, it's a classic, but I can understand.
Yeah, I mean, like the pop punk scene. A lot of people who were rock fans did sort of like the sort of pop punk stuff.
Yeah.
As the thing is, we took my sister to see a Busted concert, and I thought they were quite good to see live because they deserved a bit more respect than the average manufactured pop group because they played their own instruments and they wrote their own songs.
Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, I used to listen to Busted.
Yeah, they were good.
But yeah, I mean, obviously I grew out of them as you do, but they was pretty good.
They weren't together for very long anyway, so.
No, they weren't. No. The back note that they're supposed to have returned, aren't they? Reformed.
Yeah.
They weirdly went with McFly, didn't they?
Yeah, McBusted. Yeah, I went to see them. I went to go see McBusted. They performed like a collaboration of each band's songs.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not a massive fan of a lot of the stuff that's in the charts at the moment, but
but it's all this auto-tune pop thing.
Yeah. Like Taylor Swift and people like that, I can't stand.
Well, the odd thing is, one of my friends, he's a year younger than me, who came from here, and I was at school with. He became the official tour drummer for One Direction.
Bloody hell.
He went around the world with them, and I don't know what he's doing. I think he's formed his own band now because they aren't around at the moment. But I did used to watch shows like The X Factor, but I don't watch it anymore because it's so fake.
Yeah, I mean, I called that before that came out because the one that wins never seems to really go anywhere. It's always the one that comes second or third that seems to get places, and that to me, and also when it comes to the voting thing, that was rigged. Yeah, they would rig the voting system.
Well, I remember one X Factor winner. This is going back quite a few years now. I can't remember her name, but I remember it was a case of she won, and there's a lot of talk about she'd go real far and all that stuff. She literally did one song, and that was it. She never did anything after that.
Was it Sam Bailey?
Might have been. Sounds familiar.
Yes, I actually met Sam Bailey, the winner, because she was from Leicester. I met her one night. She came to Market Harborough. She was in the pub. I got a big hug off her.
I just remember that it was a woman, and she never did anything. She kind of released a single song to celebrate winning. That was
Leona Lewis was the winner that did the best, and then they had Alexandra Burke. Ugh.
Me likey Alexandra Burke in a different way.
Yeah, and what's it? I mean, Little Mix, they're still going, and they won, but
yeah, they're still going, unfortunately.
True.
So
Um,
it's nicer to look at them than to listen to their music.
Yeah.
the problem that gets me the most on a lot of modern stuff is there's a demograph now that is largely based at kids.
Yeah.
Like, you get a lot of, bands which are really just a group of young lads or a group of young women just singing a song and dancing around stage, and it's all designed towards the demographic of about pre-teens to about 13, 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
And it isn't music.
When I was a kid, back in the 90s, when I was a kid, I did love the Spice Girls, and they were very much appealing to kids. Like, a lot of their fans were children. I mean, I loved them when I was a kid.
Yeah.
They were like the big thing.
Yeah, I did as well. Who was your favourite Spice Girl? And
I was a Jerry fan, a Ginger fan.
how dare you? I'm joking. No. I mean, she left him and kind of messed it all up, didn't she?
Who was your favourite then?
I'm only joking. But I like Sporty Spice.
MLC. Yeah. She's still very attractive.
Yeah, she was very attractive back then. And then I kind of like morphed to Posh Spice before she actually became completely ugly and thin, as thin as a rake. Yes. If right, the whole thing with the Spice Girls, right? It's just kind of a realization. Sporty Spice reminds me of Rainbow Dash.
Yeah.
Posh Spice reminds me of Rarity. Fluttershy reminds me of Emma, Baby Spice. Cherry reminds me of possibly
Applejack.
No. Maybe Luna, because she's a diva.
Yeah.
And then Mel B, Mel C, whatever her name is, the Scary Spice, whatever. She probably reminds me of someone like Twilight.
Yeah. Were you a Spice Girls fan, Sam?
No, I never got into them.
Yes, he was.
I never got into Spice Girls ever.
He had posters on, his tissue box next to his bed.
I never got into Spice Girls. I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, the thing is, any group like that is never around long because they have a very set area where they'll be big, and then after maybe a year or two, they'll just disappear. I mean, Justin Bieber's a classic example. His entire career was a rise and fall of about 4 years.
Oh God, yeah. But the thing is, as soon as his voice broke, he couldn't really sing at all.
No.
I mean, not that he could really sing that at all, really, to begin with, but
there's about a year ago, there was a video on YouTube which, to be frank, caused a lot of people to kind of get a little bit creeped out. It was basically advertised as the new Justin Bieber. I have no idea if the guy ever went anywhere, but basically, it was a music video, and the kid singing in it is literally, in the video, he's barely 12 years old. In fact, it looks like he's 8. And the creepiest thing about the video is he's basically singing about taking an older girl out to show her a really good time. Like, this guy in the video is like 8 years old. He shouldn't be singing about stuff like that. And
no,
it's really kind of creepy to listen to when you watch the video in full, because he's literally about barely 12 years old, and he's singing about taking a girl out for a really good time. Him. It's like, yeah, there's something really creepy about that. And the girl in the video is in the 20s.
Oh God!
And he's like barely 12 years old. It's really creepy.
I think when you're a young kid, it's normal to probably have crushes on attractive young women. So, I mean, like, you know, when I was a kid, the original Pink Power Ranger Kimberly, I had the biggest crush on her.
You're not the only one.
Yeah, she.
I also like the Yellow Ranger as well.
Yeah. Oh, you know that the Yellow Ranger's actress Twee Trang actually died.
Yeah. She
died in 2001.
Yeah, that's right.
Only about 27. It's a shame.
It was.
What was it?
Somebody once told me the world was all
I just realised we're not about a month away from Part 4 of Try being released.
Yes.
Was it April the 20th?
Yeah, I think it is.
Then it'll be next Friday, won't it?
Yeah.
In the year 2018.
No, I'm sure.
Your childhoods will be destroyed forever. Digimon Adventure 3. I'm going to eat the microphone.
April 30th. Yeah, end of the month.
Oh, that'd be good.
We will all cry as Patamon is destroyed by the virus.
Do we know that that's what's going to happen? Or
well, no, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I've heard that there's going to be a lot of. It's going to be quite hard to
get to see the other Digimon's Mega forms because now they Digivolve above Ultimate, don't they? And that's the first time they've done it.
Apparently, you are going to see.
So far, they've introduced a Mega form for Patamon, Tentamon.
Yeah, Tentamon, Gabumon.
Is it? What the hell? Gabumon. They've done the new one so far. They've done
Twilight,
Gomamon,
Pinkie Pie.
Yeah, Gomamon. We haven't seen Agumon yet. Well, actually, no,
Agumon and Gab. You've seen it. Obviously, Agumon, Gabumon, Metal War Greymon, and Metal Garurumon.
Metal Garurumon, yeah. Gatomon's not had her. Well, technically, Angelamon is actually an ultimate level Digimon, isn't she? I think Angelamon was Gatomon's ultimate form. Was Gatomon? While the others were rookies.
Yeah,
normally basically Gatomon was a champion.
Yeah, Gatomon's the unique one out the group because she's in a champion form constantly. Her mega level is, I think it's Seraphimon, I think.
Yeah, because they appear at the end. She appears at the end of the first movie, doesn't she? Because they have to release the golden Digi-Eggs for Willis and Davis. Because people were saying... Sorry.
Go on, Lawrence.
People were saying that the part of the movie, the part of the season 2 arc of the movie, the last part of the movie, they said it was non-canon originally, but it is actually canon because it takes place right after they've defeated Ken as the Digimon Emperor. So it takes place in between defeating the Digimon Emperor and then them coming back to the digital world, and then the plot with Arukenimon and Mummymon starts. That apparently that's where it fits in.
Yeah, pretty much. Technically, it isn't. It isn't.
But we know what we did here in the series. We heard about the first 2 parts of the movie. Like we knew about the first Digimon battle between Parrotmon and Greymon. That was talked about in the series. And then we also heard about the computer virus Diaboromon, and they explained both those parts in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever watched any of the Pokemon Origins series?
Yes, I have watched it.
Yep.
I've seen bits of it. People say it's much better than the Indigo League series.
It is.
Right, you can't beat the Indigo League. I'm so happy I've got that on DVD now.
Yeah.
I just hoping they release the rest of them on re-release the rest of them as well.
Because the Pokemon movie was what some of those events take place at the time of season 2. I think the subplot with Mewtwo and Giovanni at the beginning actually takes place within Pokemon season 2.
Yeah, well, basically, how it works with the Pokemon movies, whenever a season ends and a new one starts, that movie will be slap bang between those two seasons. But the way it's going at the moment, there is multiple seasons of one season. What I mean by Pokemon X and Y went on for I think 3 or 4 seasons. Then it went to X, Y, Z, went on for a few more seasons. So basically, within that run, since X and Y and XYZ was on, there was at least about 3 or 4 movies for the XY series.
Will there be a continuation from the I Choose You movie, do you think, or is that just going to be something?
There's a new movie coming out this year. There's a brand new film coming out. It's animated by someone called Wit Studios, and it's the first time they've. Well, what I'll do is, Lawrence, I'll send you the trailer to it. It's beautiful, stunning.
Are they going to expand on like the rebooted universe, probably? Or
it seems they might be, yeah. Pokemon month's only just begun. Pokemon month. Movie. Pokemon, the first movie.
I say you weren't a huge Pokemon fan, were you, Sam?
Not. I mean, I liked it, but I never fully got into it. I never even got.
I very quickly became a much bigger Digimon fan when I saw Digimon.
Yeah.
Do you think Digimon was a better series, John? Do you think, or? A lot of people say they think Pokemon has the better games, but Digimon is the better TV show.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Well, the thing is, right, Digimon actually came out before Pokemon. It actually came out a year before.
But was that in the States or in Japan? Did it come? I heard in Japan it was originally came before Pokemon, and that's why there used to be a lot of stick for people saying it was just ripped off of Pokemon. But technically, maybe Pokemon could have been the rip-off.
They were probably about the same time.
Yeah. So both of them started out kind of as Tamagotchi sort of things. Well, Pokemon started out as the video game, but I think Digimon was originally a Tamagotchi toy that they could link together and battle.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was like that.
I didn't think I had hardly any Digimon merchandise as a kid. I really wanted a Digivice, but I never got one.
I had loads. I had Generation 2. So basically, I had Season 3 Digivice.
Was it the D-Pow?
I had Season 2, Season 3, and what the other one I had?
They changed it. What they called detectors in.
They were called detectors in Season 3. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, guys, do you mind if I call? I'm probably going to go now, so I'm going to quickly have a shower before I go out for a pint.
Yeah.
Is it okay? All right, are you guys going to stay on for a bit?
Yeah, no worries, Lawrence. We'll no doubt have another conversation sometime.
Okay. Well, if you still want to do the MLP thing tomorrow, we can.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you know when.
You be on for that, John?
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Okay. All right, then. I'll probably see you tomorrow.
All right then, bud.
Thanks for letting me join, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
Take care.
See you later, mate.
Have a good night. How are you doing, mate?
Just happy I'm not on a night shift tonight. I sent you a link to that new Pokemon film, mate.
I already know about it.
Oh, you would. You would. Yeah, I might probably call it a night as well at some point. Because it's 5 to 12. So...
Yeah, it's kind of like that. You're going to be all right for TFN, mate?
Yeah, it should be all right. Once I get into the swing of things, hopefully. I mean, like this month's wage packet should hopefully help me out a little bit towards it. I mean, like I say, I've got, like I say, I mean, I get paid the Friday we're there, but I just need to try and get the. I'll want to just be relying on my wage going in on that Friday. I don't just want to just be relying on that. So, but I should be fine. I mean, hopefully, just don't spend anything.
I hope you'll be all right, mate. Man. Can't think of anything else to say at the moment.
I can't.
You want to call it a night?
Let's just sit here and just stare at each other's eyes. No, yeah, why not?
Well, let's do something tomorrow.
Well, what that Pacific episode? What's it called again?
Lunar Eclipse.
Right, yeah. I'll watch the episode tonight, and then I'll have it fresh enough in my mind so I can talk about it.
Give me a shout tomorrow, mate, and we'll have another con.
Okay, mate.
All right, well, I'll head off.
All right, bud.
Take care of yourself, then, mate.
Yeah, see you, mate.
See you later.
And then there was one. Well, guys, thank you if anyone actually did join this stream. I don't think anyone did, but anyway, I hope you'll enjoy it. It's been a long one, quite a long one. But anyway, so thank you very much, guys. See you all very soon. Thanks to Lawrence and to Sam again. Peace. Bye-bye for now. Yeah.